You know what's funny is that I didn't have cable growing up, and I've been such a newsy nerd that I just started getting into music videos like last year. Like I'll tell my friends, I'm like, "Did you see Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer?" And they're like, "Yeah, we saw it." And I'm like, "That Thriller is interesting." And everyone's like, "Yes, John," but I'm just catching up. Okay, I got a lot more years to catch up on. So send me some good ones.
It's absolutely true. I never watched music videos till now. But I'm getting there, guys. I'm up to the 90s almost.
You know what? There's so much content out there now. Why are you watching music videos anyway? I mean,
wow, Amy. I was just trying to get with the times. So
better late than never. Better late than never. I can only imagine the gems you've missed. I mean, come on, man. Michael Jackson?
Yeah. I just watched the NSYNC one with where they are the marionette dolls. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there, people.
Slowly but surely. John Hanson, next to me, and Mr. Brandon Pope. Thanks for watching the Jam, everybody. Thanks to be back on a Friday night.
Yeah, and for once I'm in the right here, literally on the screen and actually in the words I deliver. So, an Arctic blast is crippling Chicagoland and a lot of areas, and this is just the start. Look at this model of where we go from here. This Arctic blast making its way from Canada, and look at the blues, the light blues. Those are temperatures in the 20s and 30s as far as south as Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. Well, we're stuck pretty much right around zero. So let's go ahead and pull up the 7-day forecast. And I've this forecast brought to you by 3-Day Blinds. You'll love the treatment. All I wrote on the top was, don't go outside if you don't have to. And that will take over the entire week with temperatures feeling below zero pretty much the entire time. Like no reprieve. Wind chills will always be below zero except for a few hours here or there. It's dangerous out there, but we're having some fun with it. The Tribune had some breaking news, they called it this afternoon, and Cody commented this on Twitter. He says, please show me a more Chicago headline than pancake ice, large slabs that look like deep dish pizzas may reappear in Lake Michigan with this weekend's cold snaps. It's those videos you see of like the slowly rolling Lake Michigan with the big chunks of ice.
Is that the official term, pancake ice?
Yes.
Interesting.
Deep dish ice here in Chicago when it rolls in from Michigan. So
yeah. It slams up against the shore. You know, today is National Weather Person's Day, John Hanson. Do you feel special today?
No, never really do, but sure.
You know what? Wait. This will make you feel special. Some of your best hits.
Oh, no.
He's the star QB of our weather team. You like that analogy there, John?
No, not only was that a bad analogy, but also a really terrible segue. But that's not why they pay you the middle bucks there, Brandon.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious morning, I'm happy again. Hey, boss man, this is John from the Jam. Yeah, the two ladies are going to be late to work today.
Because you're going to take over for me in the next hour for a little bit.
All right.
What are we looking at here?
Illinois.
Yeah.
Good morning, Felicia. It's Stop Downtown. I found some runners here.
Yeah. Jon Snow. Yeah, get it?
And winter is coming. Winter is coming.
Yeah.
Raindrops keep falling on my head. But that doesn't mean my eyes will still be turning red.
I ran upstairs to get some dibs shirt, and I'm out of breath. Oh, look, a little scooter. No one wants to get their bum a little wet on the scooter. I'm going to go ahead and swoop that off for them so their bum can stay warm. Boy. That's weird.
Okay.
What a great
now I feel special. Oh, y'all very sweet. Thank you.
That we have nothing to do with it. We're just sitting next to you.
Right. I watched that and I just said, I miss people. I can't wait till we all are commuting or doing whatever we're doing and we can talk to strangers again because Lord knows I love doing that.
Yeah.
I do.
That's what makes Chicago special. The life,
for sure.
The busyness, the people.
Thanks, Steph.
All right, guys. Of course, man, you deserve it. And it's time for Chicago in 60. Beep, beep. We're waiting for word from Mayor Lightfoot about the possibility of schools reopening on Monday. And the chances are not good. The city and CPS said they have made their last, best, and final offer to the teachers union this morning, and the union is not responding favorably right now. And a happy
Sorry, that's my only reaction, just a grunt. Keep going.
I think that's a lot of parents and teachers and administrators' reaction. A grunt, a groan. And it's also a happy reunion for a young Boston musical student who lost his very expensive flute on a Blue Line train this week. Chicago police returned the $22,000 instrument after someone spotted it in a pawn shop. A homeless couple had sold it for about $550. Wow.
Look, I don't know how they do things in Boston. What's it called? The T train. But when you in Chicago, you don't ride the L with a $22,000 flute. I'm sorry. Nothing on no valuables. What?
I mean, it doesn't sound like it got stolen. It sounds like he left it on a train.
Oh, well, okay then.
Like, was in a hurry to jump out and like actually forgot it physically on the train, and then somebody homeless picked it up.
Well, then let me revise it. You don't carry around a $22,000 flute without gluing it to your hand and carrying it with you. Okay?
Yes, yes.
That's all.
Yeah, when it's $22,000, you shouldn't be losing.
$22,000 flute.
Yeah, that's
I have a recorder I can tell you
out.
for $50 or something. Come on.
Yeah, get a practice flute, and then you have your special performance flutes, right?
Your L flute and then your real flute.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Well, speaking of special performance, a sizable drug bust at O'Hare this week netted about $97,000 in knockoff Viagra pills. When asked about the 32,000 doses in his luggage, the man said they were for friends. He did forfeit them to police. This sounds like a rager. Really.
They're for my friends.
I'm doing some really quick math, and if he had taken all of those pills, and what do they say? 4 hours is too long. If they were real, that's about 5,000 days worth of one. If they were real, now imagine getting sold those pills, and you take them, you're like, what is happening?
I think it's an actual prescription, the way I understand the story, but the name of the medication that's like a generic is like 2 letters off from Viagra. So,
like a Gucci purse, like it has. Like they just changed one letter on the pill.
It's like the gas station ones, the ones you find at the gas station that are really sketch. Yeah,
many pills.
They will be turning up. That's
all
for
right.
sure.
So, boy, will they ever. Man, Brandon, hold on. No, we need to soften somewhat. Well, hold on. Let's all take a deep breath because I have to transition to a story that is not a good segue. Okay. The weather's cold. It's cold outside. Here we go into the next story. All right. Well, this is really great, actually. You can bring a smile to one of the tiny faces at Lurie's Children's Hospital with just a click of a few buttons. And Amy, you did this earlier. This gift, this hands full of love. So easy, right?
Oh, like 15 seconds you can do it.
And it's so nice because it's a Valentine's Day card. Again, it takes just a few minutes to fill in your name, all your personal information, which we'll leave here on the screen so you can copy it down to steal Amy's identity. But no, you just leave a message, and there's like so many different cool suggestions and covers for it. Under the sea creatures like you see, You're Incredible, like from an octopus, I assume is going to be one of the puns there. And it's just like one of those things you can do while, there's Incredible, You're Totally Awesome. Okay, that's really cute. Just one of those things you can do while waiting for your food to heat up. Think about someone else, give someone else a smile. I'm sure even a digital message in some way like that is going to bring, and who deserves smiles more than these kids at Lurie's Children? Seriously. They've been through so much. They continue to fight through so much. Let's give them a little love here. You can head to the website there on your screen now, pick a card, and add a message. Simple as can be.
So cute. And so many little things, that can really help kids smile when they're down, and just getting messages from strangers has got to feel pretty nice.
It's got to be cool. It makes me miss Valentine's cards when I was a kid. I don't know if y'all did this, but we had like different types of like Pokemon and Transformers and your different characters, and you got them from all your friends and classmates. You feel good inside when that happens, right? So let's spread the love. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, you can make them too.
Did you make them?
We did that. I'm not an arts and crafty guy, but we
the only thing is about for Valentine's Day's cards is they mandated that everyone had to get one in class. Like you had to give one to everyone. And I always I was like this. I mean, I appreciate this, but I know you're only giving it to me because the teacher told you you have to. You clearly don't feel this way about me. So let's just skip the game here.
You don't have to give them to you don't have to give them out, but if you're going to give one, you have to give them to everybody.
That makes sense.
John,
I was like, Christina, I know. I'd be like, Christina, you're like the cutest girl in class. You haven't said a word to me. You do not choose me or something like that. Like I saw right through their game. So
Swats it away. Take your Valentine back, Christina.
But help these kids out. They deserve that, without a doubt.
100%, 100%. All right, guys. So more real-life drama for the cast of Netflix's popular docu-series Cheer, plus Congress clears a major roadblock in President Biden's plans to get your stimulus check to you fast. Details coming up in news you need to know.
It's like in Star Wars, you know, when the X-Wing fighters are trying to get out of the Death Star before it explodes, and it's going like this. I made a Star Wars reference, Brandon, and you're making that face. I was trying to relate to you. For God's sakes, I gave you one. I threw one line out to you to see if I could make some sort of connection. And
it's like, I wasn't paying attention.
All right, friends, happy Friday. I hope you've got some big weekend plans in store. Maybe you're ordering out and you're looking forward to that. Just take a few moments this weekend if you're that fortunate to be able to cook for yourself or you got a meal coming in, ordering from a restaurant or something, to think about so many other Chicagoans out there right now that don't know where their next meal is coming from. The need is always great, but this year, of course, it is especially greater. And we can do something about that. You can help us through our campaign of Let's Feed Chicago. We're looking for donations, and we are getting closer. So we've raised 11,706 meals. Our goal is 15,000. For every dollar you spend and donate to us to Let's Feed Chicago, that's basically going to account for 3 to 4 meals for a Chicagoan that needs it. We're teaming up with CW26, MeTV, the U, of course, and Beam Legal, all partnering about this. So again, take stock of what you have, be grateful, and then pass it on to someone else. We can do this as a community, come together. Go to CW26Chicago.com or do what I did. It was really simple. Just text CW26 to 41444, and that's where you're going to get the information texted right to you. So simple, helps a ton of people out. Thanks, everyone.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. News you need to know: 2 more cheerleaders linked to Netflix's hit docuseries Cheer have been arrested 25-year-old Robert Siana Jr., a coach and choreographer on the show, and 23-year-old Mitchell Ryan, a member of the Navarro College cheer team. Both are accused of sexual misconduct with minors. These charges come 5 months after the show's breakout star, Jerry Harris, was arrested for using social media to ask minors to send him nudes. Academy Award-winning actor Christopher Plummer has died. His career spanned 7 decades of performances in film, TV, and theater. In 1965, he starred alongside Julie Andrews as Captain Von Trapp in The Sound of Music. Plummer was also one of the few to win the Triple Crown of acting, an Oscar, Emmy, and Tony Award. He was 91 years old, one of the best actors we've ever had. Turns out more women are dealing with unemployment in America. They accounted for 80% of U.S. adults left without work last month. Experts say women have lost more than 30 years of job gains because of the pandemic, forcing them to choose family care over work. And now for some COVID news. The NFL has offered up the league's remaining 30 stadiums as vaccination sites, including Soldier Field. 7 are already doing that currently. Meanwhile, on the Beltway, Democrats have taken a key step in passing their $1.9 trillion stimulus package through a budget resolution. Every Republican was against it, and Madam VP Harris was the tie-breaking vote. It includes $1,400 stimulus checks to Americans, and now the stage is set for Dems to pass the relief bill in a process known as budget reconciliation after Trump's impeachment trial. Pretty controversial, lots of griping from conservatives because it looks like Biden's just going to go ahead and steamroll ahead with this. He does have a majority with Harris there. It is worth noting, though, there is some bipartisanship here. The GOP amendment in there to boost restaurant industry was included, and there's also an amendment to prevent upper income Americans from getting these 1,400 checks, but they didn't really specify what upper income actually means there. So we'll find out hopefully soon.
Yeah, this stuff the money's got to get out there quickly. So many people lost their jobs. It hasn't gotten much better, and things are starting to not unravel, but roll back. Excuse me. So at least we're starting to get some people out and about. So hopefully, a little bit more of an influx into the economy will help everybody.
Look, Republicans can jump on the bus with the Democrats and Joe Biden, and that can make it bipartisan. This bill has about 74% popularity amongst people when they're polled. That sounds pretty bipartisan to me. So sometimes it's the legislation itself that is bipartisan, not necessarily the legislators who are joining on board. And this is what you won with. I think people will say, oh, well, Joe Biden's really going to risk if he doesn't bring more Republicans on board. He's going to risk losing his base who he promised this bill to. And at some point, you got to take that political calculation. On top of all else, it's $1.9 trillion. At some point, we're just counting fake money anyways, right? Like President Trump moved the deficit from 20 trillion to 30 trillion. I mean, what are we doing here? $2 more trillion to help people? Oh, what are you, a deficit hawk, Brandon Pope? What's your problem with this? It's not your money.
I mean, I do think that conservatives do have a reasonable argument that you don't want to take too much and borrow too much, right?
Where was that argument for 4 years, Brandon?
But a pandemic is, let me finish. A pandemic is not the time to clench the purse, right? I think it's clear Americans need support right now. This is where the United States should be stepping up to fill that gap. Now's not the time to count pennies, I feel like. But I understand the fiscal conservative view and all that type of stuff. China.
Okay, moving on. From the South Side to directing Kanye West Sunday services and touring with Beyonce, we are talking with Chicago native Steve Epting about his whirlwind career coming up 6:30. Well, stress, boredom, anxiety, all things that have us reaching for a few extra snacks these days. But it is best to make sure those snacks work best for you. Registered dietitian Bonnie Todd-Dix is also the author of Read It Before You Eat It, taking you from label to table. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I love this concept of making snacks work better for you. You know, we're just ending January and so many people have those New Year's resolutions, but the snacks are something we still really need.
Yes, for sure. I mean, for so many reasons. It's not just about the food, it's also about comfort. It brings us together, especially this past year. Snacking is really on the rise. But I like to call these kinds of snacks multitaskers. What I mean by that is that they do a lot of things for us at once. And I'll give you a perfect example. So just 28 whole natural almonds provide 6 grams of plant protein, 3 grams of fiber. They're an excellent source of biotin and vitamin E, and a good source of magnesium. But it's also not just about the food that we eat, it's also the beverages that we drink that we have to think about. And something like Almond Breeze almond milk has 50% more calcium than dairy milk. So it's an excellent source of calcium and vitamin E and vitamin D, and a good source of vitamin A. It's nice to know that these kinds of products are also good for vegetarian diets and those who are lactose-free, gluten-free, sugar-free. So it really meets the needs of many people at once.
I like the almond milk idea too, because I feel like it's when you're putting it either in your coffee or in your cereal, you don't have to add sugar because it's got a little bit of a sweet flavor to it and you're getting a little bit more protein out of it.
The 30-calorie Almond Breeze has no added sugar and it's only 30 calories per cup, yet it does have that sweet, nutty, rich flavor. And I love to use it in recipes like these muffins. My son actually made these muffins last night because they're so easy to make. So they include Almond Breeze and also sliced almonds on top.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it too like an almond or that type of a snack stabilizes your blood sugar so then you don't need to snack all day? Is that correct?
Exactly. That is so true. Well, I don't know about not needing to snack all day, but they do help you by stabilizing your blood sugar, which is important for those with diabetes, but they also help to control weight because of exactly what you said, that they do help to make you feel more full. And also they promote heart health. So these are not small things. These are really big reasons why almonds are really good to have as a staple in your diet.
I have these on my desk. I was showing you earlier. This is one of my favorite things to do with like a flavored tuna fish, so you get a little bit more protein. And then, you know, for some people, this is easier to transport than nuts. I mean, there's so many good things that seems like they're out there now. For people who are kind of just getting into this game, overall health, this is a good avenue to go.
Yeah, it's a great avenue to go. And I think that when you make foods like almonds a staple in your diet, you know that you're checking the boxes when it comes to feeding your family something that not only tastes good, but is also good for them. And to me, I always say that I set an example when I set my tables. And we want them to be healthy adults. It's the greatest gift I think a parent could give, is to teach your child how to have variety in their diets and how to eat healthfully.
And start good habits off early, and they'll just always be a part of their lives.
If you'd like more information, you could go to bluediamond.com, or my website is betterthandieting.com, and you'll find lots of really good recipes and really good tips for healthy eating.
Fantastic, Bonnie. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
What is your shirt emblem? Like, what does it
This is
say?
a Cubs World Series 2016 shirt. Look at these pecs, baby. Yeah.
Nice boobs,
And
John.
this is my Brandon Pope sweater that I always have laying around in case I have to impersonate him again.
You even have a sweater like
forget
that.
the glasses and the side hat.
We have a sweater like this.
I don't own one sweater like
Yes,
It's a nice sweater.
You do.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for those kind words, by the way, guys. I didn't hear you in that real chat, Amy, but I just heard you there, what you had to say about my pecs. Guys, Chicago Food to Go, we have been doing an awesome, not a great transition there, but we've been doing an awesome campaign.
We have covered
We've covered over 300 restaurants since we started this thing, and we have got Top Choice Awards now, which you can vote at. So we got 7 different categories. It's really fun. It's really simple. You can vote every single day till February 14th for your favorite restaurant. Who doesn't love a good Top Choice competition? You've got until the 14th. That's Valentine's Day, not this Sunday, but the next one. Again, you can vote like 9 more times at cw26chicago.com. That's where you go to pick your Top Choice Chicago. So many to choose from, but gonna be great. And we'll reveal the winners in an episode special coming up the following week.
Yes, indeed.
I'm just shoulder shrugging until we're off camera.
I'm like, is everybody super excited? It's Friday.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yes.
I am so pumped. Right? Like we've been waiting for 5 days, Friday. Come on, move along.
Days.
I got my coffee here. I've got to fill it up another pot as soon as we get about 10 minutes in, but boom.
Because we're not going anywhere for the weekend. It's going to be cold out. So
I'm not
Netflix
moving,
fired up.
not other than do.
Yeah.
Let's top off this half hour from activism to academia. Former Chicago Alderman Dorothy Tillman and her granddaughter, Dorothy Jean, continue to make a difference for Black Americans. Felicia chatted with the pair about how they're using leaders of the past to create new ones.
Well, you know, I grew up in the civil rights movement, but I met Dr. King at 9 years old. And I was eventually on his staff, which I never expected to, but I was happy, you know, and I advanced him to Chicago at a young age. And I've been in meetings with people like Dr. King and CT, Vivian, Diane, and Bevel, and all of them. As a young person, they always really wanted to know your views. We didn't have this thing about you're too young to think or talk. So to see my granddaughter, I respect her at her age and her achievement.
And Dorothy Jean, tell us how your grandmother has been an inspiration to you. And do you have a favorite story of her working with Dr. King?
I love the story of when she was on Ms. Pettis Bridge, because when she told me that story, and then I went, when I went down there and I saw it and I looked around and like, I see what she might have been talking about or what she might have been experiencing here or there. And so like, I saw that place firsthand and imagined the history.
And STEAM programs were a huge part of what you have studied in your success, the science, technology, engineering, it's arts, and then math. How has that impacted your academics and how you inspire others within that?
When people think STEAM, they think, oh, my mama made me go to this STEAM program one time, or I did this one time and I didn't like it, or I didn't want to do that. But a lot of kids like my age and older don't realize that STEAM is literally every single thing you could think of in the world. It might be a bunch of different kids in our program, and one kid's like, I want to be a neuroscientist. Another kid's like, I want to be a rocket scientist. And the other kid is like, I want to dance. Those are all extremely valid, and they're all extremely important things that we need in this world, but they're all going to need STEAM, and they're all going to need all the different letters of STEAM. They're not just going to take arts and run with it. You're going to need math to calculate, or in science, to calculate the physics of if you go this way, does your body move that and that and that. You need all of it to work in tandem, and I kind of just want to show other kids that no matter what you want to do, you can have fun doing it, and you could do it with structure and with an education.
Dorothy Jean, speaking of everything that you're doing, you also are announcing that you are part of a big project with Ebony. Can you share that with us?
Ebony Magazine, for their 75th anniversary, did a book on covering Black America, and they put it in sections by maybe about the men or about the arts or about the women. And so in Ebony Women, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay,
awesome.
It starts with Oprah, and you turn to the next page, and then there is Michelle Obama, and I did a writing for her part next to the book.
Oh, really cool. Really,
Yeah.
really cool. So already published. Put that on the resume too. Thank you all so much for sharing. If you want to find more information on all the cool things that Dorothy Jean Tillman is doing, follow her on social media as well as YouTube. That's at Dorothy Genius with a J.
And our celebration of Black history and culture is brought to you by Beam Legal and Foreman Mills.
Hey, Southside native Steve Epting is the producer behind some of your favorite musicians. In 2019, he toured the country, leading Kanye's Sunday services, and now the spotlight's pointing directly at him. Steve joins us now to talk about his new solo project. Steve, thanks for joining us. And I got to ask you, man, how did you even get involved with Kanye's Sunday service?
First of all, thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys so much. I got involved with Sunday service right at the top of 2019. I was actually moving into my new place at the time, and I'm in the U-Haul, and a vocal contractor, Jason White, he calls me. I've done work with him in the past on America's Got Talent and different jobs here in Los Angeles. He calls me and says, "Can you start a choir and I need your help?" So I began to call some friends that I know, and we began to form this movement, which I was so blessed to be a part of.
Yeah, I was blessed to be able to actually get a chance to experience Sunday service here in Chicago. Really uplifting, and you could feel, lots of inspiration around you by listening to the music. I'm wondering what it's like working with Kanye West. There's no secret. He is quite a personality, but he's also a musical genius. What's it like working with a guy like that?
Man, it's so amazing because, first of all, it's a full circle moment for me. I grew up listening to his music and wanting to work with him and being inspired by his art and just how he did things, and to manifest it for myself by writing it on a vision board that I had, that I will work with him. and a year later it happens. It's an amazing feeling, and it's an amazing experience to be able to lend even my creativity to the process. It was awesome to be able to work with him, and him being able to ask me like, so what do you think, Steve? And I was like, whoa, at different points in it. But it was an amazing, awesome time. A lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of attention to detail. Kanye West will not do anything regular. So it will always be spectacular in his own right.
Yeah, that's got to be cool to be able to work with him and also learn from him, especially as a fan of the college dropout and the work he did beforehand. You also toured with Beyonce and Jay-Z. You were a backup vocalist, being part of that live experience. I'm sure you missed that.
Man, that's the one thing about, being in COVID and this global pandemic that has affected us all. Getting back to live performances and performing in front of people. I think that is the most huge part of the connection with artists and audiences. Not only do you love the music and you hear it, but when you experience it live, it's a whole nother level. So that was an awesome experience to see art on a pretty much the highest level in the music industry, and to be a part of that creative process and to see it and to take notes, and for it to be pretty much just a masterclass for me, and to take things and apply them to my own artistry and to continue to blaze my own trail and set my own path.
I love that, man. You got new music out, got a great song called Drop. Give me a one-word answer here. How would you describe your musical style?
I would say one word to describe my musical style is electric. Like, I want you to feel it. Especially with my first single, Willing, and now this dance heavy track Drop that I just recently released. I really want to make you dance. And a lot of it is really pushed by the live performance aspect. Me being in LA, that is what really pushed me to want to become an artist, getting my face out here and really pushing my name and failing in front of people, messing up in order to really achieve what I want. So in my music, I want to emulate that as well, that you feel it. And so when you see it live, it's just going to be taken to a whole different level.
Yes, indeed. Well, Steve, thanks for joining us, man. You can keep up with Steve's projects and you can follow him on social media. And we're actually going to have a performance from Steve Epting after the show. Make sure to stick around for his new single, Drop.
All right. Well, it's time for Trending Hot Takes. One quick note, the performance of Steve will be during the show, not after the show. It'll be towards the end of the show, but still part of the show. You're good, Brandon. I'm just going to cover you, just helping you out, brother. All right. If you are not looking forward to Valentine's Day, maybe you've been stilted by a lover or whatever the case may be, a humane society in Maine is allowing you to write down the name of an ex, and they'll put it in one of their kitties' litter boxes for them to do their thing all over. Brandon, I think you're going to need a couple boxes for all those ladies who've stilted you over the years. What's your hot take?
I hate cats. It's not going to work. Well, but my hot take, if you put this much energy into hating your ex, you deserve to be alone. You deserve to be single. Because this is just
wow, that's not bad, though. Amy?
Whatever happened to Alanis Morissette and a bottle of wine?
Yeah, there it is. Amy gets the hot take right there. Both good, though. All right, I cannot wait to get these words out of my mouth. A rapper who goes by the name Moneybags was arrested and in possession of fake money. Let me repeat that one more time. The rapper's name is Moneybags, and he had fake money on him when he was arrested. Amy, hot take.
His name is Fake Moneybags. He goes by Moneybags for short.
That's a good hot take. Brandon, hot take.
All right, the kids call this cap, but I say, hey, this is a great thing for his rap career because in the end of it all, you got locked up, which helps your street cred, and you're going to have a great post-prison mixtape. Works out for everybody.
That's pretty good. I'm going to give Brandon the hot take on that one. Even though you can't see Amy or Brandon right now, you can still hear their great hot takes. Okay. It's still there. That's fine.
There in
It's just my
spirit.
reaction shot. That's the most important part, that I stay on the screen. Okay, so it turns out there's 700 square miles between the nations of Sudan and Egypt that nobody has claimed. They're the last pieces on Earth, except for Antarctica, that are unclaimed. So what would you do there, Brandon Pope?
You know, I think I'd run it out, have some film and TV executives come through, get an Airbnb, make some money, because this GameStop stuff got me thinking about how I can make some bank.
That's good. All right, I'll draw a picture here. Amy, your hot take. This is Amy talking.
I would open a bar.
Open a bar. I like that. All right, folks. We'll be back after this. I think I've got the tease here. Yep, I'm starting us off. Okay, after the break, we got Star Jones. She's sharing why she's wearing red. We'll be back to cover all that in a bit on the Jam.
Maybe. Unless we're still frozen. And
We
it's
might
Brian.
also be here.
We
Guys,
can draw
I
some more
swear
pictures.
I did not
Draw me.
draw this up, because this is like my
You're on
fantasy
color.
world. It's just me on camera.
And now you're
and just
not.
Keep on talking.
No, you're not.
Okay. I realized when he didn't take the 3 shot, he fell
Yes.
out.
Brian, is everything okay?
I think he's
Let
on
me
the
make
phone.
sure Brian's alive. Okay, well, last one.
Yeah,
Let me make sure he's alive.
They told
And they will.
Oh, good. I was glad, but I would have vamped for 23 more minutes if I had.
TV personality and heart disease survivor Star Jones is making it her life's mission to spread awareness about the deadly disease. So we had a chance to chat with her about the importance of knowledge.
I just want to encourage all women to really take action to end heart disease and stroke by committing to make some changes that will support their own heart health. It's not big changes. These are incremental changes. And I can certainly tell you, as a heart disease survivor, I know that simple lifestyle changes can greatly reduce your risk of heart disease. And I encourage women to, number one, be aware. Know your numbers, and I mean your total cholesterol, your HDL, which is your good cholesterol, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, and your body mass index. And this, talk to your doctor to lower your heart health risk.
For more tips, check out goredforwomen.org.
All right, time for a little update.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot, baby girl, just a little bit.
Okay. Yes, indeed. B-Pup's little update is here.
Yeah.
And this one is a bit of a wild card, if you catch my drift. Mattel is teaming up with broccoli rapper Lil Yachty for a movie based on the Uno card game. It's being described as an action heist hip-hop comedy. All right. So Lil Yachty, he's going to produce and star in the film. So, guys, are we putting a skip card down to this, or are you all in?
I'm sorry, and just because I'm not familiar with Lil Yachty, why is he a broccoli
Shocker.
rapper? Is that the name of a song?
The song Broccoli, yes. In the middle of the club, get off.
Is he a children's
Hey,
rapper
that's a
of
good
some
song.
kind?
Yeah, that's
I mean, he's rapping.
what I was thinking too.
He's rapping about vegetables. He's on an Uno
Bananas.
game.
Well,
Peaches.
broccoli is used to mean something else, John. Something that's now legal in Chicago.
Oh,
green.
oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I got it. But I
You don't put
God, I have
cheese
so
on
many-
this.
Yeah, I have so many questions. Do you get a lot of
too.
street cred for partnering with a children's card game? Like, what's the end goal here?
You don't.
Uno.
You don't.
I win.
But Ice Cube, I mean, Ice Cube made that pivot to doing family-friendly entertainment, and Ice Cube is like really scary and hard edge. So, why not, Lil Yachty? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not, Lil Yachty?
My question is this: so when you guys are playing Uno, what rules do you go by? Are you more of a stacking cards person, or you think everyone has to go one card at a time?
Well, we play Uno Attack, so we'll do stacking cards because you get so many cards in Uno Attack.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't played Uno in so long. I'm much more of a craps and blackjack degenerate. And spades. But no, what I have learned recently is apparently everyone's been playing the game wrong. Like Mattel said that you can't like reverse. You can't draw 4 after a certain card is played. And everyone's up in arms about this, including Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
He should just wrap the rules to Uno. Yo, Skip.
Yeah.
We go to the next
After you
person.
eat your
Reverse.
broccoli.
Set it back. Yes, exactly.
After you eat your broccoli and your bananas and your beets.
All right.
And
Let's get the music in here and save us all from ourselves. Yes, we will be back with more of this. How could you not stick around? It's the jam. Not even the benefit of a field goal. All right, well, as you're undoubtedly aware of, the Chicago Bears won't have any part in the big game this weekend, but Chicago will be represented by a family that's owned the Horween Leather Company for 5 generations. Some great photos right here. One client also is Wilson, another Chicago area company, and the 2 companies have been making the Super Bowl footballs for generations. So I asked current owner Skip Horween about what it means to his family.
It's a huge sense of pride. I mean, if you do something as long as we've done it, you have to get a kick out of, walking down the street and seeing your leather on somebody's feet, or to turn the game on and see a football flying through the air that you had something to do with, whether or not, unfortunately, it happens to be your home team that's the one that's throwing it and kicking it.
One day we'll get there. Skip, if someone ever says to you, hey, let's go outside and toss the pigskin around, do you correct them every time they say something like that?
Typically, because I will get into that by telling them that they can win a lot of trivia contests by telling people that it's actually cowhide and it's not pig and it never was.
Or you just get a lot of people to roll their eyes at you.
Well, they do a lot of that anyway. I'm used to that.
Oh, it's a great guy, great family story there. And they have you can follow them on Instagram, Horween Leather, Horween.com. They've been doing it for a long time, since 1905. And look, Skip walked me through the entire process of how the leather gets cured, tanned, where it comes from, and all of that. And you can check out all that information on our website, thejamtvshow.com, for more information. It's really fascinating stuff. Okay, weather forecast for this weekend. Oh boy, here's our weekend into the next week forecast, sponsored by 3-Day Blinds. You'll love the treatment. Basically, we'll be below zero the entire time, and then we're going to add some snow Saturday and snow Monday as if it wasn't terrible enough outside. You know, why not just sprinkle in a little snow just to make it extra terrible on the roads, outside? So stay inside if you can. And in all seriousness, this is some dangerous stuff, so be careful as you go about the area. Poper, what's coming up on the show, buddy?
Yeah, guys, stay right there. Steve Epting is going to perform his new single, Drop, right after the break. We'll be right back.
I just put out the reviews, so you knew you were on camera because Felicia.
Okay, cool.
Always says she can't tell. Well, she always says she can't tell, so I'm gonna start putting all three of your names in.
Well, plus we say goodbye still too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're saying goodbye before.
Say goodbye first. Say goodbye first.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Oh, we are so close to that Friday night vibe, guys.
So close, so close. Enjoy your
so-
weekend, everybody, and stay warm.
Enjoy the weekend. And now here's Steve Epting with a special performance of his new single, Drop.
Can't wait.
Chicago, how y'all feeling tonight? Let's go. Yeah. Come alive. Really, really love for you rocking that body. Move so fly. They all try, but no one can copy. Yeah. Let the vibe sink in. Don't even gotta do too much thinking. Let it be. Drop that thing, go ahead and be free. 'Cause I know that you're the one I need, and you know that all I wanna see is that thing down low, brought to the top. Just keep moving, girl, don't stop.
Now we have to.
Let's go. Move it 'cause the bass is booming. Shake it like it can't stop grooving. Really, really love your moving. Come on. All I wanna see, do it for me. All I, we both know that thing you got is hypnotizing, yeah. I see that glow, move closer to me, the temperature's rising, yeah. I watch you sway, from the left to the right, you got me amazed, babe. Hey, let's hit replay, I can watch you shake all night and all day. Yeah.
feel the flow. I can tell you a pro, baby, lose control. Throw your hands up, then you hit the wall and drop the bang down to the ground, you know. Slide to the right, go ahead and slay. Shake it to the left, you ain't come to play. Tie coming in, baby, ride the wave. Run it back, replay. Run it back, replay. Run it back.